Destiny 2 was finally showcased, and it came with a bunch of info about the game. Included in the showcase was extended gameplay that really gives us the first idea of how Destiny 2 will play, and there are some changes coming to the established formula from the first game. Firstly, the thing we'll be doing the most, shooting things, remains mostly the same, but for the sequel, Bungie has decided to ditch the established primary, secondary, heavy loadout from the first game and replaced it with a new one. Our Guardians will wield a kinetic weapon, an elemental weapon called an energy weapon by Bungie, and a power weapon. Judging by what was said in the showcase, it seems like the primary weapon archetypes, the scout rifles, the hand cannons, will occupy the kinetic and elemental slot, while secondaries and heavies, fusion rifles, sniper rifles, rocket launchers, stuff like that, will occupy the power weapon slot. The choice for essentially two primary weapons is an interesting one, but the ability to have two different weapon archetypes like a scout rifle for long range and a hand cannon for close range will really open up the way players choose to approach encounters. Additionally, the choice to combine secondary and heavy weapons together is an interesting one as well. These weapons were always meant to be used to do high damage in a short amount of time, so combining them together makes sense. And now, depending on the fight, there will actually be more incentive to change your weapon to suit the needs of the battle. This challenge to the established norm will really give the players more variety and change the way they think about encounters. There were also some new weapons shown, like a minigun, shown in the kinetic slot, a grenade launcher shown in the power slot, and there were some clips that looked to have SMGs. Another new feature is a new Guardian ability to go along with our grenade and melee. Called a Rift, it was shown a couple of times in the presentation, but never elaborated on by Bungie. Based on the few times we see it in action, it seems to be something that can be put down by the Guardians to give them buffs, like a recovery buff or an armor buff. Until more information is given though, I can only speculate. I'm sure other people that were actually able to get their hands on the game will be able to give more information. And of course, there's the new supers. Warlocks are getting a new solar super called Dawnblade. It allows them to fly high up in the air and throw blades of fire down on their enemies. It seems similar to the Hammer of Soul in a way, but seems primarily focused on this aerial aspect and seems much faster. Titans are getting a Void super named Sentinel. It seems functionally similar to the Aegis from the Vault of Glass, throwing out quick hits and being able to put up a shield to take damage. But there's an awesome new feature where the Titan can throw the shield and it'll bounce between enemies, very similar to Captain America's shield from the Marvel Universe. Finally, Hunters are getting an Arc super named Arc Strider, which seems to be a natural evolution to Blade Dancer. As opposed to the tiny dagger of Blade Dancer, however, this super uses a bow staff, and seems like it carries through enemies much better than Blade Dancer, and hopefully it fixes the hit detection problems that Blade Dancer was known to have. All three of these supers look pretty good, and now it seems the supers are pretty powerful, as the Warlock absolutely melts a boss with the Dawnblade. I can't wait to get my hands on them. There was no word on what happens with our old supers and subclasses, but with the emphasis on loss in the game, I figure that when the Traveler is captured and we lose our light, we lose our previous subclasses. There wasn't any word on another new subclass either. Maybe more information will come out closer to the beta or closer to release, but I can't see Bungie only giving the players one new subclass to play with when the game actually releases. Speaking of the beta, at the end of the show, it was announced that the Destiny beta will be released later this summer. Yeah, no dates, just later this summer. I would figure it's probably close to late August, just like the first game's beta was. Overall, with the new things shown, I'm excited to play the game. Although the first game had its problems, its numerous problems, it was still functionally a fun game to play. Hopefully, Bungie has learned from their mistakes and enhances the playing experience even further with new and better gameplay experiences, great storytelling, and awesome loot drops. Only time will tell though. What did you think of the presentation? Did you like what was shown or were you let down by it? Are you excited to play the game too? Anything you'd like to share would be awesome, but that's really all I have to talk about. So, thank you for watching and see you later. In the late 1980s, the Russian Mafia held enormous power in the criminal underground of Miami. They trafficked guns and drugs throughout the city and eliminated anyone that stood in their way.